Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who's Fly in Dubai. Today I have a very special guest, a legend from Dubai, DJ Bliss. Is not only our local sensation, he's a star known internationally. His album, Made in Dubai, was the number one on iTunes charts in the region. But you might also know him as a TV host for Dubai One TV, and also from his radio show, The Real Flavor on Channel 4. DJ Bliss has played for a lot of artists, like Prince and Beyonce to name a few. He also DJed privately for Kanye West and Akon. DJ Bliss has been around for a while. With all these achievements, he's only 36 years old. Thanks for coming to the show. Marwan, as known here in the local.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah. I know it's a weird one, right? Like people always ask me, like, should we call you Marwan or DJ Bliss? And I always tell them, like, whatever you feel more comfortable with.
How did you get that name?
I was just like, when I was young, I was looking for a name, and I printed my business card, and I didn't have a name to put. Like, I put DJ, and then it was empty. Like, the rest of the card was all done except for the name. And I just heard the word, and it had a cool meaning, like extreme happiness. So I was like, let's put this name as the DJ name.
Okay. So it was just DJ.
It was just DJ,
Blank.
and then, blank. And I just had to just pick a name. Actually, my email address at that time was Craze Kid. So I was like,
Wow.
if I didn't find Bliss, I would have been DJ Craze Kid.
Craze Kid.
Yeah.
No. That would sound cooler now in 2018. I don't think back then people would. Would actually
Well,
like
it's
that.
weird because at this age, I don't know if I could be Craze Kid still. So it would have been weird. But there's also like a very famous DJ called DJ Craze too. So that would have been.
But you can do a P Diddy. You can just keep changing a name every once in a while.
That's true. Yeah.
It works.
I'm just, it's easier for him because he has a big following, so people follow him all the time. But I have thought about it, and a lot of people ask me if I can go back, I'll just use my own name. Like I'll just be DJ Marwan. I'll just keep my own name.
How come?
It's just a lot easier, and it wouldn't be like this situation where I think like back then it was cool to have a DJ persona name, and now it's becoming cool again. Like you had DJ Snake, for example, and like these house DJs. But back then it was cool. Then it kind of lost it. Then, a lot of DJs use their real name, like David Guetta or, I don't know, Armin van Buuren or, all these guys. But, I think it would be a lot easier.
You're right. But I feel like when it comes to house music, they go with the real name. When it comes to hip-hop, everybody has a crazy name.
That is pretty true, yeah. In house music, I mean, there's Tiesto, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. A lot of the DJs do have their real names.
So I think you pulled the right move to go in as a DJ, like DJ Bliss, DJ Drama. These things.
Right.
It's just like when you want to hear like a DJ, like you might not know him at the beginning. I mean, when you start, you just want to feel who's that.
Yeah.
But like with rappers, they would start with real names.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a better move, not to change.
That's true, yeah. I mean, another thing is I went through a career in radio and TV, and when I went through that career, I had to use my real name, and then I had to use my real full name. So people were like, sometimes
confusing.
there was a part in my career where people actually thought I was two different people, and it was, I was either DJ Bliss, like at night DJing and all these parties, or I was daytime, like in like Kendora and like hosting events and doing TV shows. So it was like weird. It was weird. It was cool. I like it. Sometimes I enjoy that kind of thing, but I think it would have just been a lot easier to maneuver under one name. But I mean, it happened. Like I have no regrets. So
okay, I need your advice on something because I'm going through the same thing, which is less hectic. More Azizah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Or Muhannad Azizah. It's just like the dilemma I go through.
I like Mo Azizah. It sounds.
But there's so many Mo's, It just does the
Yeah, but I mean, when you put it together, there's no Mo Aziz. I mean, there's a comedian. His name is Mo Nimmer, I think.
Yeah, number.
And then there's I mean.
I know what you're talking about. The guy who opened up for Dave Chappelle for you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's cool together. If you were just Mo, like you forget about it.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. Like there'd be so many people with the same name. But I mean, same with you. Like I don't know if you could like have a persona name. Would you do that? Like that would be something you do?
Okay, I didn't tell you about me, but I was DJing back then. I was playing house music.
Oh, really?
So I went with Mo Van Azizah.
Oh, really?
I was 18. Don't judge me. Mo Van Azizah is like.
You were probably Armin van Buuren, all these Van.
I was into Paul Van Dyke, Armin van Buuren. I was like, well, I'm playing house music. There has to be a van in there. Like Lil Wayne, Lil Xan. There has to be a van.
That's funny. That's good though. Yeah, obviously those guys all have that van because they're Dutch.
Yeah.
But that's funny.
But van is like in Arabic, like bin, like son of.
Oh, really? That's what it means?
I think so. Yeah,
that's
so I was like,
funny.
yeah, it would work with me. I could be.
That'll
Anyway,
be-
Marwan, what's going on with you at the moment? What's happening?
Just chilling, taking it easy. So I've taken some time off of the vlogging. I'm not even like really going into the office much these days too. And I was away for a while too. So just like kind of like resetting, and I do this a lot of times like throughout my career. It's not like I like change. I like reinventing. I like going through new phases. I like just taking some time off to figure out what to do next. I get bored very quickly,
Okay.
which is a good and bad thing. So even like my house and my office, like sometimes I just like look at them like, oh no, I'm like I can move this over here, but then I could do that, and then like the whole office changed. The same thing goes with like my career. Like I feel like if I'm not moving, if things are not changing, I hate repetitiveness. So just figuring out what to do next right now. Actually, this is one of the first things or first interviews I've done. I went to a college or university the other day too.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And I'm just filming stuff like behind the scenes for when I come back, start doing the vlog.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the point when you're like, okay, like you're looking for a change. That's part of, I think, being you and being creative, because part of the being creative process is just the change has to happen. Otherwise, it's just one straight line, and that's boring for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a creative, you're absolutely right. If you don't change, like time moves very quickly, especially this day and age with the technology era that we're in, and like the access to information that people have and the attention span of young people or young adults or the millennial. Like you gotta keep it exciting. If you don't, like they'll forget about you so quick.
You're right.
And then I guess it helps. That's what I was saying. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift in the sense that it keeps you relevant. The curse is just some like sometimes like you just like you like changing things. So some people don't.
But speaking of change, like everything is great when it comes to change in terms of technology. But I feel with music, because I'm a big hip hop fan. I'm glad you're here because we can talk about this. I'm just not really happy with what's happening now. I feel like trap really took over and dominated the whole thing.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, trap is definitely like predominant in music right now, but I mean, music changes all the time, so it never stays. I mean, as a matter of fact, right now, I think like Afrobeat and Latin is the thing on the rise, and it's amazing that we have this like music, that Latin music that's becoming so popular, and you have Drake singing Latin songs, and you have like Bad Bunny and J Balvin singing these Latin songs, and they're the pop songs of the radio and what we're playing, and we don't know what even they're talking about. And I just thought about this. I thought maybe the reason why that worked is because all these trap artists were doing trap songs, and no one knew what they were saying in their music, so the Latin guys like, yo, let's go. Maybe it's possible.
Do you produce any of these things because you're into production, you're producing your own music?
Definitely working on music all the time. So I came from a background of music myself, like in bands. Like I used to do rock band. I was in a rock band, play guitar, drums. I have done a couple of things. I've worked with a lot of producers as well. I wish I had the time to just completely go into this whole production thing, but just like I said, I just spent so much time doing so many different things, and to master this art, you got to really dedicate to it. And I would love to just take some time and just master the production side of things. But again, we're lucky enough that there's so many great producers out there, and I've had a chance to work some great producers and put out songs with them. And the fact that I have a musical background really helps me work with these producers, so it's not just a case where I just take the beat and just put it out. So that really helps. But I got a song coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I'm gonna get another one out before the end of the year.
Can you tell us more about it?
Well, the next one I could probably tell you. It's a song with a friend of mine called AO Beats.
Okay.
He's from the UK, and we got another guy on there from Morocco. He's really big out there. AO Beats linked this up. It's a song it's a birthday song. I feel like birthday songs always do well. It's always someone's birthday. So we've got that song coming out. It's cool. It's got this it's a little bit Afro, it's a little bit Latin, and it's a little bit that famous not EDM, but that whole Diplo, DJ Snake type of sound.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's got a little bit of that too. So
like a nice drop to it.
yeah, it's got a nice drop to it too. So that's coming out in a couple of weeks. We're gonna shoot the video for it here too. The
Nice.
weather's better in Dubai, and when the weather's better, it's always a good time
Yeah,
to shoot
yeah.
videos. So that's what I'm really just focusing on doing next. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks it should be out.
Well, I'm really happy to know that you're still working on your music because you're so busy right now. So to also focus on your music, that's a big one.
Yeah, I feel like the music is what keeps me like grounded and
Your
like
first love.
yeah, definitely my first love. I think
Yeah.
because I was in a band. I always say like DJing is my first love, but really it started off as in a band.
I mean, when I read that about you, I was like, no way, no way. He
What?
was playing heavy metal. I didn't.
Yeah,
see that.
yeah, it's true story, man. We were like into this like in a band, and we won a battle of the bands, and it was like my band was predominantly playing heavy metal, and I was playing the percussions in that band, and then we mixed it with like some Arabic sound. So it was, and then the music I was listening to was all alternative rock music, like Nirvana
Okay.
and Guns N' Roses and
Nice,
Pearl
nice.
Jam, like all that kind of stuff. I don't know what happened. I started DJing and I couldn't DJ with that kind of music. So then I gravitated towards hip hop and R&B at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't house music or techno, and then
No, I never really went through a house techno phase until about like 5 or 6 years ago when that EDM sound became really popular. That kind of allowed me to go into it. I feel like house music is it's like a sacred music. You don't just like especially the house music scene. You don't just like come in there and like with hip hop. Anybody can collect the music and start DJing tomorrow. No one cares. Like you just play all the songs. With house, I feel like you have to like earn it. Like you have to know your music and you have a real passion for it, and like there's a community that you have to be a part of. But when the whole EDM scene broke out, with the David Guetta and all that stuff, and it really took off in America. When I was touring there, I was like, when I go there, I play more EDM than I do hip hop because they
No way.
love that music. Yeah, that whole like hard EDM sound, they love it.
yeah.
I love it too. It's just I think over here there's not really a big market for it.
there's a couple of clubs for sure that.
Well, they do house, I think, like deep house or
Deep
tech
house,
house
which is
and
the
all
thing
that.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's hip hop. I know that. I feel like EDM's kind of like died down.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, with hip hop, I've always enjoyed coming to the club where you're playing at, wherever you are, man. It's just you bring the real sounds.
Thank you, man.
Like it's not like, oh, this is the hottest track, I play it. It's not really about that. You might be playing it, but it's not. That's not the point. It's just you would mix it with other stuff, oldies, and you bring them back, and it's just like a whole journey. It's not just. It's not like, oh, we're having fun, we're dancing. It's just like you feel like you're writing something there. It's a story.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for noticing that. I mean, that's exact for me. I never really was a person who created a playlist. Even sometimes clubs tell me like, oh, you're playing the same music, and I never really go in there thinking I'm only gonna play new stuff. I'm only gonna play old stuff. I'm gonna repeat these songs today, or I'm going to not play these songs today. It's really I just go in there, I feel the crowd, I play what I want to play, and just like each song leads to the other, and that's what happens. I mean, if you come to the night every week, there's a chance you're gonna know what I play because.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel surprised, like if someone came to the club every week, but it does happen though. It does happen, which is crazy. But for me, yeah, it's always been about throwing a good party and not really caring about the business side of it or.
Since you play your own thing, did you come to a scenario where you're playing maybe stuff that are not really popping right now, like the old stuff? Maybe we're talking about 2000s, maybe late 90s, and the crowd is like, okay, we're not happy with, like, do you feel the crowds nowadays are not really into these things anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like music's
what are you doing about
yeah,
that?
I feel like time is going past really quick, and there could be, I mean, look, there could be a person who's 21 years old in the club who just turned 21, right? So if you're playing a song from 2000, that was 18 years ago.
He was just 3 years old,
right? So think about that concept, and then it will all make sense to you about why they might not know the song. So unless it was something relatively big, I'm trying to think of a song from the year 2000 that
well, we'll say 50 Cent when he dropped his first album. I mean, it was 2003. Everybody was like in the club days. You know what I mean? That song and that whole album was big for everybody.
Yeah. Well, In the Club, I think is such a classic.
Yeah.
That's one of those timeless records that will
Yeah.
last like I don't know, probably forever. But there could be other songs that
Yeah.
I don't know. Like when I was in this university the other day, I asked people if they know who Wyclef was, and 3 people knew out of 25 people.
I mean, that's a problem. I feel this generation is not really trying to educate themselves.
I don't know if it's about education. I think it's really about. I mean, maybe it's the artist's fault.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you.
I mean, they know who Madonna is, right?
Yeah,
They know
yeah,
who
yeah.
Bob Marley is.
Yeah, they know the commercial things. But Marwan, okay, we both are into music.
Mm-hmm.
You are professional. But back then, you had to study. I mean, you had to go and look for what's right and what's wrong. You would ask around. I mean, that was the thing. Even I'm 28, you're
Yeah.
36.
Yeah.
But still, that was also my homework. Would go in the neighborhood and would ask, and everybody's like, "Okay, Tupac, oh no, Biggie, or this or that," and we'd be talking about stuff. I was 6 years old when Tupac died.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't listening to Tupac
Right,
back then.
right.
But all I'm saying, even when he died, I started listening to Tupac in my teenage days. It's just because of asking around and you know what, this is what's good. Like start from there. Everybody's like, "Oh, you got to start from what's real." Everybody was saying, "Well, like what's real and what's not real." It was obvious.
Yeah.
Now, I don't feel it's the case. Like, it's not real or not real. Like, everybody knows J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are real, and everybody's like listening to them. But again, I don't feel like people are bringing the big boys. You know what I mean? I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying attention to those people anymore. Which is sad because it's just like
Yeah, I mean,
20 years ago or something.
I don't think we've had a timeless artist like
Yeah.
Tupac or Biggie in hip hop since Tupac and Biggie. Like, I don't think
You don't think Kendrick Lamar
No.
replaced
Definitely
Tupac?
no.
Not Biggie. It's completely different.
I mean, I don't even think JayZ and Kanye West have surpassed that era of music yet, let alone those guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, those guys did something for music that we're still here talking about. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know in 10, 15 years. I mean, yeah, they put out great music, especially JayZ is a little bit more of a classic, but when you say who's your
favorite now?
Who's your top right now?
Yeah, let's talk about the new guys.
I mean, Kanye West,
Yeah, you still like him?
I still like him.
Okay.
He's good. He's a little crazy, but sometimes he talks some like real talk. He says some crazy things as well, but aside from that, he puts out good music.
Good music for sure.
I mean,
The best beats that's happening today are still from Kanye
yeah,
West.
yeah, definitely Kanye. From the new guys, I don't know. I mean, I like J. Cole. I like listening to J. Cole for sure. I think he's on the border of like conscious rapper and mainstream.
Yeah. I'm not hearing Kendrick. What's going on?
I mean, I don't know. I like Kendrick.
Yeah.
I do like Kendrick, but I don't know. He's cool. I mean, I don't know if he's in my top list yet. I'll tell you something which is gonna surprise you. I'm not really that big of a hip hop fan.
Okay.
Like I'm not like hardcore like hip hop.
Okay.
I just happen to play a genre of music of urban music,
Okay.
and there was hip hop in it. But I
okay.
wasn't like really. I can't tell you the history of hip hop, and I can't.
Okay.
I'm not like. I don't go in.
It's just music, number one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I appreciate
but
music as a whole.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it makes sense what you said. Kanye West as a producer, he is like a music composer.
yeah, I mean, some people come up to me in clubs sometimes. They're like, "Yo, why aren't you playing?" This is like, "Why aren't you playing no Nipsey Hussle?" Or like, I'm like, that's not me. Like, I'll hear something, I'll have an interest in it, I'll play it, or if, it's popular, I'll play it as well. That's my job, and that's the. What do I listen to in the car? I mean,
Yeah.
Drake, obviously.
Okay.
Like Travis Scott's new album, I like.
Oh,
I forgot about Drake. Actually, Drake is a good example of. I think he might be a timeless artist, but he's not hip hop.
He's not, unfortunately.
He's a mix of hip hop and R&B and everything. But that's fine. But he's still great.
Makes good music.
Yeah.
The best music happening now. I mean, that's the thing for sure about you. Like, if anybody's listening right now, went to the club to check you out, you definitely like it's music.
Yeah.
Period.
You'll know it's not hip hop. I mean,
It doesn't matter.
People look at me.
Enjoying your time. That's why I said it's a journey with you. It's not
Yeah.
just,
I mean, even like when I started this new residency at BOA, I started playing a lot of this like Vegas style hip hop too. So it's not even it's the remixes of all the hip hop songs, and people look at me like and I know like people feel a certain way about it, but that's just the same thing that we're talking about. It's like with time, if you don't change, like people get moved on. The guy who I used to watch DJ before I even knew how to DJ, he's still in the DJ scene right now, and like I don't know where he is, like, or what he is doing.
Yeah.
That's because, you know, if you don't move with time, you don't know what's gonna happen to you. And I definitely don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would want that to happen to them either. So for that reason, you know, I think the path that I take towards music allows me to stay relevant even after all these years. I mean, you know, the stuff that you're saying, like even the guys who are 21 right now going into clubs, I've been DJing for like 15 years.
I know, man.
You know what I mean?
I
So they were like
they
were 5 or 6 when, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's the key thing is to stay relevant and to just be honest about what you're doing. I mean, nothing against these people who are like, you know, there's like DJs around the world, like we're only gonna play like old school hip hop vinyl or whatever, and you know that's good for them. There's room for everyone everywhere.
Yeah. No, but that's one thing I like about you, like for sure, it's just how you stay relevant. Like it's a skill. I don't know if it's in you, but it's definitely something like to learn from you is how you keep that.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fear of being irrelevant, or I don't know. And I'm a risk taker too. Like I'm not scared to try things out. Like when I started doing the music thing, like the first song, the response wasn't great from everyone, but if I didn't do it, I don't think I would have learned how to be better and put out single number 2 or 3 or 4 even. So.
But I'm even talking about like you vlogging, for example. Like when you're doing it, it feels like, oh, he's actually a vlogger. You're not a DJ. It's just like this is your like full-time job. But like, yeah, you have a million other things you're doing. Yeah,
I mean the vlogging thing was cool. It helped me like do a lot more things, and that's I think I have FOMO of like fear of missing out. The vlogging thing allowed me to do a lot of things, which was great. But time was a lot of time was given to doing that, and for a while I was doing daily vlogging too. I mean, when you have a great team to help you out, I think that definitely helps. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
It's exhausting to do it
daily, for sure. I mean, there's some people who do it, like Mo Vlogs, for example. He films and edits himself daily vlogs
himself. I didn't know about that. Really?
He edits everything himself, daily vlogs. He has a little bit of help, I think, from his sister, but she's also got her own channel going on too, so they help each other out. But Casey Neistat, another one. He filmed and edited himself throughout his daily vlog career. But they dedicate their life to just doing that. I couldn't just do that. I was DJing and I was
waste your talent.
I'd have I was doing like I was working. I had my businesses and all that, so it was very difficult to do it. But it is possible.
I was asking you off camera earlier if you're gonna come back to it. Like when are you coming back to it?
One thing is, I feel like my channel, there's a bug in it because I wasn't really getting recommended, and I've had this channel for a long time. So a few times I've thought about like I'm just gonna stop. Have
you had a chat with the YouTube people?
I spoke to them and they told me there's nothing wrong with it, but I know that there is things like that do exist. Like big YouTubers talk about it.
Yeah.
So just thinking about which direction to go, one, and then also how to like start posting. And also another thing is, like you said, I was posting vlog videos on my DJ channel, and now I want to start posting music again, or like my TV shows and all that. So it was a little difficult to have it all there. So literally like just trying to figure out what to do next. But
I plan to have 2 channels on YouTube.
Possibly, yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, like I said, I like setting myself up for challenges.
Oh. But I mean, like if you're gathering all your fans and everybody's coming because of your vlogs or because they like your music, but you put them all in the same pot, and then you're like, here's a song, here's a vlog.
I mean, the problem is, I feel like there's something wrong with my channel, so I want to like.
You want to start?
I feel like there's something's wrong with it. I think I'm not gonna delete the channel, but I'm just thinking about just maybe putting the vlogs on a new channel or the music on. Yeah. Huh?
I said I'll buy it.
Oh yeah. Oh, my channel?
90,000 would help me right now.
You got to change the name.
Okay. I actually wanted to ask you something. You had amazing comedy nights were happening in Dubai.
Yeah.
Top of the line, comedians from the Laugh Factory from LA coming to Dubai. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly it stopped.
Yeah.
What happened?
One is the venue closed. That was one reason. They changed the venue, and that's the reason why we stopped. And then the other reason was it was very difficult to do these comedy nights every single week. I think we should have done it like once a month or twice a month. It would have been a lot easier. But we're planning on bringing it back actually. I
Yeah?
just came back from LA and I was speaking to the guys over there and they're like, you're down. So I think maybe like once a month or when I need to find a good venue as well.
Okay.
I need to find a good venue to be able to have a great. I mean, the venues that we had before were pretty cool, very cozy and intimate.
The first one was really cool.
Yeah, the first one was really good. Yeah. So that's it. Just gonna look for a venue, and hopefully it'll be back soon. Actually, the whole brand, it was under the brand of The Real Flavor, which was all my radio shows and everything. I'm planning on doing something pretty cool, like bringing something pretty cool back on The Real Flavor. I posted something about it the other day on my Instagram. I don't know if like a few people.
That's why I messaged you. I was like, let's talk.
Yeah. A few people picked up on what it is that we did, because it was parties, it was my radio show that I used to do, like my mix shows, it was clothing, it was the comedy show. So we're planning on definitely doing something with that too. So this time that I take off gives me space to
think.
Yeah, I think it's very important that you go into your own head and have the time to think about things before you do it.
Okay, so now you're gonna come back with the music and the comedy nights.
Yeah, definitely the comedy night. The music's definitely coming back. The vlog's definitely coming back. And there's a couple of other things too. There's a TV show idea that I'm working on right now, just pitching it to different networks and channels. So
did you write something?
No, it's sort of like a travel type of show.
Okay.
We're just trying to talk to some like networks and stuff to see who can pick it up. I've already filmed the pilot for it, so
nice.
The pilot is ready, so hopefully they're gonna pick it up. But who knows? I mean, the YouTube era is so big right now, and now Facebook is doing this thing called Facebook Watch. I mean, I might just even go straight
with Facebook Watch. I didn't even know if to check it out. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I might just go digital with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best thing. All the money for yourself.
Yeah, the show costs a lot of money, so we need someone to pay for it. So if you're watching and you have money for a show, call me.
So yeah, you're gonna do your comedy nights. You have your thing. I mean, how does DJ Bliss have time for himself and just to not go crazy with everything? Do you meditate? How are you like? Because I'm surprised.
I mean, I think I always tell people like all the things that I do is things that I love doing, so I don't feel like it's work. And definitely a good team. I try and delegate, even though like it's very hard for me to let go. I like always be involved in what I'm doing. And then like I have the thing like I try not to go to the office to let the team work, but then I have to go there to because I want to be involved in it. It's just one of those situations. But I think teamwork definitely is one thing, and the other thing is, like I said, I have a passion for all these things that I do. Literally to the point where these days, if people come to me and like come to ideas to make money or to, I don't know, gigs or certain things, I'm like, listen, if I have no interest in it these days, like I won't do it. Yeah, like somebody just hit me up, like, yo, in one of the other Emirates, there's a pool party and they want me to go and DJ, and like it's a weekly thing. I'm like, listen, I have zero interest in it, even though there's like good money involved.
But why? But you like DJing, so what would stop you from that?
I'm just thinking about the logistics of the fact of going to another emirate to DJ for a bunch of tourists. Like, I'm not there in my career right now. Like, I really just would rather focus on something else. I'd rather like something like this, like I'm doing with you. I'd rather just do this right now, or I'd rather, I don't know, work on my mixes or production, or work on the vlog idea. So. Not everything, if you want to really achieve something that you put your mind to it, you can't, take a shortcut by, doing things that make you money or.
Yeah, but for sure you maintain quality. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you just want to maintain quality. I'm not saying that gig wasn't quality, but you have your quality things that you want to keep producing and keep making. And
yeah, I mean,
you don't want to waste your time. Like I get it. Like, you're right about this.
Yeah, cool. I'm just thinking like hour there, 2 hours to DJ, hour back. Like I mean, I might do it. I mean, if you see my name on a flyer in another emirate, don't like call me and say why did you do it. But I'm just saying like in the back of my head, like what I'm thinking is, I don't know if I'm not 100% sure I want to do that. I'm really like. I'm very honest with myself and the people who I'm working with about what I do and don't want to do right now. Let's just go through a real honest phase, I think.
Okay. Before we wrap things up, I just want to ask you, because this show is like Who's Flying Dubai. I'm just trying to show the world that we've got it here. We've got the talent, and I'm trying to show the people here like who are the actual people like you, like DJ Bliss. Who's DJ Bliss from the inside? What's going on? But the whole show is like Who's Flying Dubai. We want to know what's happening in Dubai. Where do you see Dubai going in terms of music, in terms of partying? What's going on? What's the entertainment like?
I think it's in the music scene's in a great place. I
Okay.
think there's a lot of new up and coming artists out there, and there's a lot of artists who have been around who are doing things that they've never done before. It's just a great time to be in the creative field. I mean, look at this place that we're in right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a place that you can come and record this kind of stuff. Like, all the equipment's over here. Like, I had to buy all this equipment. I have it all in my office, lights and camera and mic, and and then you got social media, real help. Like, you make a song and just put it out right away. It's easier than it's ever been.
Okay.
So now it's really just up to you to have that driving force to make it. And I think all eyes are on Dubai, and a lot of celebrities are coming over here, and new things are happening here all the time. It's never a boring time over here. So the city's exciting. I think it's a great time for anyone who's in the music industry. I always say like Dubai is like it's a real mix of nationalities and cultures too. So it's a matter of time before this gets represented in the music that's coming out of here and gets exported.
So you think there's a chance for musicians here to make it, let's say?
I don't think it matters where you are these days.
Because of the social media. And because YouTube,
I mean, you could be sitting here, you could be sitting somewhere else. I think it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I definitely think somebody can make it out from here. But again, I think you can make it from anywhere.
Well, I'm talking like I've seen people in this region like Arabic rappers and R&B.
There's some really good Arabic rappers. I'm not into it at all, but there's some really, really good stuff.
So like that's why like I was thinking like what is the difference between French? Because if you're English, you don't understand either French or Arabic, but maybe you'd rather listen to a French rapper because it happens a lot. You know what I mean? There's French hip hop, which is big. Yeah. But with the Arabic hip hop, I feel like okay. I mean, the Arabs are not really into it, which is it's crazy.
It takes a little bit of getting used to, I think, but I think there is slowly getting.
Would you play Arabic music and Arabic hip hop or Arabic?
If it's a good song, I would. I mean, like my friends from Bahrain, Daffy and Fliparachi, they're making some really.
They're good,
but they're doing it in a very nice way. It feels very comfortable listening to it. I feel like a lot of the Arabic rap feels aggressive, like you know what I mean? Like they really like, but it just needs to evolve. There's got to be different genres of it, but no one's really made a song that's just commercial enough for it to break globally. And I think when the day comes for that to happen, it's going to be a great time. In terms of R&B, there is Masari is doing a lot of great stuff. He's got a couple of great songs that I've heard that is not out yet. Well, one of them's out, Habibi Ya Noor Al Ain, that he did with Maya Diab and French Montana.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But he's got a couple of other ones, and he's really focusing on that whole Arabic English thing. So
Masari was always the man when it comes to Arabic and hip-hop. What would you like to plug? What would you like to your crowd, your fans watching right now to know what's happening with him?
Yeah, I'm just like, just stay tuned for the new vlogs coming out soon. The new music is coming too. The Real Flavor, something coming back real soon too with the Real Flavor. And I don't know, who knows? It's like almost the end of the year. I don't like waiting till the end of the year to plan like the new thing. That's why I'm doing it right now. I've always been like a person who plans things in October. I've always had this thing called Big October.
Okay.
So hopefully in the next couple of weeks you're gonna start hearing about a lot of things on my social media at DJ Bliss Dubai on Instagram and. Check out the YouTube stuff. If you can watch it, I'd appreciate it. The YouTube stuff I put a lot of love into, but we got that new YouTube thing coming as well.
What?
I honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm not even 100% sure myself. Okay. Like we literally, before we came here, like, with the team, we had a meeting about what we're doing. So literally figuring out now, but literally what the direction is, what the new thing is. Cause everyone's wondering why I disappeared from YouTube for a while. You'll know soon. But
like there's enough good quality and good content in your YouTube. I was watching today your vlog when you were in Germany.
Yeah.
And we went to Cologne. And I was in Cologne and I was like, I spent a day there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was not really interested in that city. I was like, I left. And I was watching your vlog. I'm like, this like seems like a cool place. Like the way you were showing it, the way you're putting it. I was like, I want to go back to see it.
Yeah. It's always like that, right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying you show the good stuff. Like you played it right. You showed the right things. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's just the perfect content. If anybody likes vlogs, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And good luck with this podcast, man.
Thank you so
much. Just keep it up. And I'm sure you're going to do a great job with it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.